do you feel when you look at this logo? Do you feel annoyed, happy, or ambivalent? Do you care or do you not? For me, it's annoyance. Overwatch makes me annoyed. Yeah, me too, loser. Anyway, so what you just saw there was like my first take of this video, and I just realized that A, I don't care about Overwatch enough to actually do that. B, I'm not gonna go through the entire history of Overwatch. And C, I'm just doing this tier list because, once again, this is all just gameplay. So, my name is Boof, the guy holding me is this, and this is the hero shooter tier list. I'm gonna go through 9 hero shooters that I know with my friends, and well, we're gonna figure out which ones we actually enjoy. Today we're doing Overwatch, and today is supposed to be the 10th anniversary. Today is currently 24th of May. Yeah, there are 3 main parts I really want to talk about. The gameplay, how the 10th anniversary was handled, and, well, the third part, you'll find out eventually. Anyway, this entire video is just going to be on how I see it now and how I feel about it. So let's just get the feelings out of the way, okay? I don't like Overwatch. Yeah, surprise, what a fucking surprise, right? The main reason is because Overwatch has become so rigid that I can't really appreciate it anymore. But regardless, the main thing about Overwatch is that I used to be a true believer of Overwatch. I really loved Overwatch as a kid. And now when I come back to it, trying it out with like everybody else, So, let's just jump right into it. This is Josh. He's the best player I know when it comes to shooters. He's globally elite in, I think, CSGO. I'm not sure about CS2. He's rated in Valorant and he pretty much plays Overwatch. Not religiously, he plays it whenever he wants to. Whenever you see any good play or anything, it's most likely going to be him in this video because I asked him to help me make this video and this was really nice of him. So, yeah. In fact, it was because of Josh that I actually enjoyed my time playing this game, even when I was playing with other people that didn't actually enjoy Overwatch that much. For example, Lifeless was with us as well again, but we were just suffering, like just straight up suffering, because some of the shit that we saw was just oh my god, there's a fucking war on the road.
You are the worst! Mizuki alive! Jesus, our Mizuki is horrible.
But I'm going to talk about the good parts this time. Yes, that's right. The guy who doesn't like Overwatch is going to say good things about it. Because guess what? Overwatch is actually a pretty decent game. Well, let's just start with the pros, yeah? Let's go.
Oh, Sakura is in Indonesia.
Huh? No! Get me out of here! No! Character design. It's about the gameplay. So is here. The character design is literally perfect. Every character has their own personality, and even in the limited first-person view, the way a character holds a weapon ensures you know who you're playing and what kind of person they are. Here's 2 of my favorites. Junkrat. He's a gremlin, so he twitches around, and he's Australian, so he's dressed like the most fashionable man in Adelaide. His ammo and ultimate is kept on his body without fear of backfire, which ties into his passive that drops explosive ammo when he's taken down. He looks like a crazy extremist, and he plays like it. He tosses his mines and traps everywhere, his thumb fidgeting near the trigger and all that. You know, typical Australian stuff. However, the steadiness of his shots show that he isn't completely loose, and there's a level of competency that Junkrat doesn't outright show. His launcher fires in a perfect arc that can be easily controlled, his entire playstyle is literally artillery and flank catcher, and while the former doesn't take much skill, hyper-awareness of his surroundings to catch the Genji or Reaper is something that you won't really expect the most cultured citizen in Adelaide to actually care about. Similarly, Rojo is the healthiest man in Queensland, and it shows. He's rotund, and his health shows for it. Not a single lick of shield or armor, nothing but KFC chicken fat and 6,000 pounds of marinara. He carries his modified inhaler everywhere he goes, like any good god-fearing Brisbaner, and his entire playstyle is a brutal hook and shot combo that makes him the most gentle and pacifistic playful wrestler.
Oh my god, we're so fast.
He's my 3rd favorite tank that I pick when I'm absolutely done with my team not working together, which is exactly his character. Their abilities fit their characters and they make great attempts to really tie in their abilities, even the reworked ones, into the character themselves. But design is one thing. How is Overwatch played? Alright, let's be honest, you know how Overwatch is played. 1 tank, 2 DPS, 2 supports, fighting over the objective and whoever does it first wins. Tanks. Literally the best design rendition of tanks in all games. Every tank feels like a walking monster that the entire team has to play around, even the most selfish ones. They're the first in, and usually the first to fall, but if there's something I have to give to Blizzard, it's making the core concept of tanks that every other hero shooter is still copying to this day. DPS. Every single DPS is fun. There isn't a single DPS where you feel doesn't do the job right. If you're good at the DPS, you kill. Simple as that. You can wipe people out with your big ulti, they can't bullshit. Supports. Every support has a unique angle to the support that I can appreciate. Fuzzy's Noodle, Pepsi's Lamb, Mario Balls, and all. The devs have put in so much work into Overwatch that playing it again after literally 7 years reminded me exactly why Overwatch was the single pre-order I never regretted even today. The maps are great and well made, thank God, and the POTG system is something that still hits that spot, you know? The play of the game is a pioneer in the utter glaze session that is the post-game review, and in 2016 it was revolutionary. It fuels the narcissist's egos and shows the normal player their coolest moments. Paladins outright copied this, and Marvel Rivals had an MVP Endcard that is a much more stylized version of it, and personally, it still doesn't compare to POTG. The game, in theory, is great and tightly designed. In fact, I loved it so much that there was only a single con that I can even think about when making this video. Now, let's see what it is. If your teammates suck, it is, by far, even worse than League, the worst game in the world. Yeah. For Overwatch, teamwork is mandatory. It doesn't matter how good you are. Overwatch only works if both sides have the same level skill. It's true for all PvP games, but for Overwatch, it's especially so. I'm a firm believer that Overwatch cannot be played properly unless your team knows how to work together. A single teammate that doesn't play their part absolutely hamstrings your team.
Vinny's on the back! Vinny's on the back!
Bloody hell! She's down.
Tells you they can 1v6 with a hero either means A, you're playing with people that barely know how to play the game, so it's really not that impressive, or 2, that 1v6 you're touting is more of making use of openings that you can't see that your teammates are opening up for you. I'm a DPS main, I play Cassidy, and I know exactly how much I need to keep my team alive.
Oh my god.
Stop behind, watch behind.
Cover the flanks, obliterate the Sombra. Do some damage to shields and headshot the tanks. Finish off the entire enemy team when I get the chance. That's my job. You can't 1v6. Diva Matrix will eat your shots. Roadhog Hook will obliterate you. Genji Reflect erases you. There's nothing one person can do in this game without getting shut down by even a slightly competent team. If one member of your team doesn't do their job, you will know.
4v2! What the? I am me and you are on the point. It's not us. I'm serious.
Okay, 2v2. Okay, my bad. That's a 2v2. It's a 2v2.
Shit. Where is our team? Why is me and you the only one on point?
I'm getting this out of the way now because I have 2 more things to talk about, but because there's no way to actually snowball a team with consistent good plays when maps like Blizzard World makes recovery so difficult, especially when you're on defense and the first point, the card's a lot easier. I really hate how Overwatch just refuses to respect players' efforts.
Guys, can we please? Dude, who is this guy? Don't out for yourself, you selfish.
Yeah,
why are you
show out
playing Magic if you're not out for yourself and yourself alone?
Overwatch relies on the idea that humanity is actually better than they are. It's thematic in an ironic sense because if you know the lore, the reason why Overwatch fell is literally because the majority of the world did not deserve them selflessly trying to help everyone else.
They even called us criminals.
That's why I don't like Overwatch, but a lot of people do, because when things work out, it works out. I'm a pessimist, so even if I get 10 games in a row where I have fun, I'll remember the one game where I saw Mizuki outspawn because I hold grudges. Anyway, gameplay, I'll rate it 6 out of 10. Usually this is where I'll say I'll blame matchmaking, but no, I don't really blame matchmaking at all. Because let's be honest here, right? It's just not my kind of game. I don't like these kind of things, and honestly, now I don't think this is controversial, but I'm just gonna say it. I kinda like Overwatch better when it was 6v6. And now, let's talk about the anniversary. So, how's the 10th anniversary? Well, it's an insult. It's an utter and complete insult. So let's play a game. I show you these 2 skins. One is a skin made for a premium battle pass, a pay-to-play skin that is meant to reward you for spending money in the game. The other is made to show appreciation for the players sticking around for 10 years in the game that has gone through so much shit. And then tell me which is which. I'm sure you'll never guess it, because it's actually pretty difficult, isn't it? Ugh. It's been very outraged at how Blizzard has handled the anniversary already, but I will say this. They released 5 new heroes to commemorate the anniversary, which is a lot, and I would say it's good, right? If it wasn't for that 2-year period where they did nothing between Echo and Jungle Queen, but you know what? Whatever. They just make up for lost time. In fact, you know what? I'm never gonna touch Overwatch again after this, so let me just let it all out here. I hate roll queue. They only added roll queue because they couldn't balance Brigitte. Don't defend them, you know it's true. Roll queue didn't make the game better, it made the game rigid, and 5v5 only made it miserable. In fact, I hate 5v5. 66 was better. I already said that, but this is the truth. I hate Orisa's rework. This isn't that big of a deal, but I do miss Halt. Seriously, what the hell? And most of all, I hate the fact that Overwatch 2 came out, literally failed to give what they promised, and now they removed the 2 to protect themselves from criticism on their 10th anniversary. It's not cunning, it's not clever, it's just incompetent. I pre-ordered Overwatch. I was literally there at the beginning. I have the Widowmaker skin. I have the Winston figurine, okay? It's rotting somewhere in my house now, I don't even care about it anymore. It's there, okay? Overwatch today is not the same game from back then, and that's okay. The people who are playing today, very few of them are from the past. Okay, in the end, they're trying to fix it. Overwatch is trying to fix their game. A bit too late, personally, but they are trying. And for that, I'll give them... Ultimately, the anniversary is so mad I can't even slander it. I'm holding current Overwatch to a standard they can no longer afford. For goodness sake, they're holding collabs now. Do you know what kind of games hold collabs? Gacha games? And high-res games. It sacrifices the sanctity of the world the game is creating for, literally, a quick buck. Look, I like collabs, alright? I used to play some DS and Smite. But collabs is how subpar games keep afloat. Something that Overwatch should not be. The only way they can really make the 10th anniversary better is that they release like 10 more heroes. Whatever. Whatever. I got no horse in this race. Whatever. Alright, last part. The last part I want to talk about is about the alternative mode of Overwatch, Stadium. It's a mode where instead of just running each other for 10 minutes and getting angry at your team, you can buy items to snowball. I played this by myself because I was told by my friends that I should at least give it a chance, and I was only going to play one game of it, half-heartedly, sandbagging, whatever, and then be done with it, because honestly I didn't really think that Stadium would actually have changed my perception of Overwatch that much. But guess what? Of all of the games of Overwatch I played for this entire review, where I needed my friends, Josh, Lifeless, everybody to just keep me in without me wanting to just jump off a cliff, Stadium was incredibly fun. Stadium lets you buy items depending on how much damage you do, and using these items you can go for builds, you can go for powers, you can go for unique little aura things, perks and all that, which means, in short, it fixes the main problem I have with Overwatch. It rewards you for doing well. It rewards you in a tangible way. It doesn't just say, oh, you get more space, you get more space, you get more space, you get more red skulls. No. You get items that start each round, and you're rewarded for each time you do well. It's great. I went in there with zero expectations. I was expecting that, oh, okay, well, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking play McCree. I don't really care. I was like half asleep. It was like 3 AM, I think. And I was dead weight until I finally got the idea how it was played. But during that time when I was like acclimatizing to it, my Reinhardt was rank 68, I think. He was a veteran. Because he did so much damage in the first round, he started to snowball. And this snowball was really obvious. And this Reinhardt will just proceed to just massacre everyone. And during this time, I actually had a lot of fun because even though these guys were, okay, just run away from the Reinhardt, right? I had to put in more effort to it and I think, oh shit, this game is actually really fun. When I was playing the objective, I was like, hey, why is no one with me? Oh, it's alright. I can understand why they don't want to be on objective. Because they're trying to farm for money. I get it, that's great. But most importantly, it literally fixed the entire problem I had with Overwatch. Where I felt as if the effort you put in is not proportionate to the reward that you get. I had so much fun in that one single game. I actually genuinely said to myself, I'm actually willing to play this by myself. And I was playing by myself. Huh. It's surprisingly really fun. By the end of it, I only had one single question. Why isn't this in the game? My teammates are my teammates. We are not chained together to the point that if one of us falls over, they become dead weight. Because I was dead weight in that game in the first round. I was not playing well at all. But that Reinhardt knew, as long as he played his part, and he did his role properly, which he 100% did, we would win. And he was right. Especially in a game like Overwatch, where every single character has their own weaknesses that can be very easily exploited. There has to be ways for individual skill expression. Stadium is the perfect example of that for me. I can tell it's a bit unbalanced because that Reinhardt swung once and I saw that guy and I saw the support die instantly, okay? I still have more problems with Overwatch, but Stadium is a really good step in the right direction, at least for me. I understand that some people may not enjoy the itemization and all that. That's why Paladins failed, whatever, I don't really care. But I enjoyed Stadium. And I think if they took some pointers from Stadium, they could make the real Overwatch, and I mean real Overwatch, I'm talking about the 5v5, which I really still don't agree with, into a better game. You know, I just like snowballing. Anyway, this is a tier list video. So where are we gonna put it? Once again, the tier list is based only on gameplay, not based on my own personal biases. I am vetting from my friends to me to everyone that I know on where the tier list should go. Here's our final thoughts.
Hi.
Okay, Ming, we all know where is it going to go on.
Okay. Alright.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Now, let's voice out. Let's voice it out.
One of the biggest thing that plagues Overwatch is the imbalancing of roles, and that means that only certain roles are fun to play. The only role that is quite fun to most people is damage. Okay.
Not really, tank is quite fun also.
Yeah, but no, some people hate fucking tanks. I don't really like tanks, even though I feel like it's necessary. I think also because when you're in certain roles, you rely so much on the other roles to actually perform well, and that's why this stupid game is either the tanks are super good, the damage are super good, the healers are super good. There's no in between. There's no balancing. The moment that it all slides down, you kind of suffer for the next 10 to 15 minutes. The moment you get a freaking bad player, right, who got the stupid role killed and they don't know, and then you look at healers, oh look, this guy seems like he can do damage, and so they proceed to go on the healer but only do damage and don't heal people. You know, they talk so much about, you know, within the role itself they differentiate it to 3 different sub roles. Honestly, doesn't feel like anything. Do you feel any difference between the sub roles? No, I just think it's a freaking marketing jargon. It is still the same 3 roles with slightly a fresh code. They throw in some stupid loot box in, tell you it's Overwatch 1. Oh yeah, baby, Overwatch 1 is back. I mean, it's back to the problems that it was plagued before they go to the tank meta lah. Which the funniest thing is, this reversion, even though we have a lot of gripes, a lot of people are gonna enjoy it lah, huh? Because apparently this is not even the worst state that Overwatch is. And I feel like sometimes I kind of have to think about comparing it to Marvel Rivals, because as a support in Marvel Rivals, there are ways that I can fucking escape the flankers. In here, is literally just run faster. I don't know why. I don't know why.
It's run faster.
Run faster! I was like, how does run faster fucking make sense when people can shoot at a further distance? Doesn't matter whether you run faster or not.
I will say you're completely correct. However, I will argue one thing, right? You don't play damage. So, to you, it looks as if the damage dealers will just kill you no matter what, even though because your only so-called SK2, as you say, just run faster. My viewpoint of the Overwatch, I mean, it's because it's so specialized, right? We have different views. For me, I feel supports need to have their movement need to have their movement reduced a bit. I'm not even joking.
Oh my god, fuck you. Actually, fuck you.
The best part of us playing this was when me, you, and Josh were on the point together, we felt it was really good. Like when the 3 of us were together, it felt really good. But the moment we had to play with one of the randoms, right, we were like, okay, yeah, the random's if the random is good, it's like, yeah, the random's pretty good. He can keep his own and he can synergize it or something. But once the random wasn't good, it felt like absolute trash. It was as if we were playing with a bot, like an actual genuine AI on our team. I don't know where it's this to. You see on the tiers, I don't know because I can actually argue for this.
Okay, here's the thing. I feel like Overwatch, right, is a 3-game thing. Your first game is gonna be good, second game is gonna be a coin toss, your third, and then subsequently, it's the kind of game, right, the more games you play, the more like, okay, this just went even more and more downhill. Because you're just opening up yourself to playing with bad teammates, eventually.
So will you put it at barely okay with friends? Would you put it at barely okay with friends? Or would you put it at only when drunk? Because it's definitely not black and white.
I'll say barely okay with friends lah.
I am also, because like when I think about it, right, like I'm willing to say this because there's no way I'm playing it solo. It's not every day, personally. It's definitely not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Like we had a decent time when Josh and you and me were on the point together, but when we were not on the point together, I think it should be here. All right, cool. Overwatch is in the belly, okay with friends tier. Excellent, right? Thank you for playing maybe today. We will continue this on another day or maybe